Hey guys, what's up? This is Paul Romanesco coming back with episode 6, The Comeback Train. That's right, I talked about this briefly in the previous episode. In this match, I'm actually going to start out with a little bit of, looks like theater mode here, and I'm going to switch around. I decided to stick with Juice Bags 2. That's right, Juice Bags, the split screener, because of this reason right here. This guy is rocking the grenade launcher. He will continue to rock it throughout this game. So before we actually get in the game, and I'm speeding it up here a bit, I decided to focus on Juice Bags 2 because let me tell you something, folks, he is a pro with this grenade launcher. You'll see it here today. One of the things I was thinking about doing was just commenting on Juice Bags' gameplay as he went through the map. I won't make too many. The one that I will make is that Juice Bags really doesn't use the edges of the maps and the corners very well as shown here. Instead, he just walks right into the middle of that doorway or the archway and gets owned, and he'll continue to die on this spot here without checking major traffic areas like that window above him. Again, he does try to take some time to toss the grenade. He doesn't quite get a hit, but he's still taking shots. There you go. There's a grenade launcher. Doesn't get hits with those grenades that he actually threw, not the ones out of his gun. And he's going to learn that the hard way a few more times here. And of course, the lesson here is 1, always stick to corners, and 2, don't run with a grenade launcher. Now the other thing I was thinking about doing as the comeback train starts to get ready to leave the station here is I wanted to take some time to comment on how I found my team when I originally started playing Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2. Again, I do frequently mention this. Here we go. We can start seeing this come in now. I do frequently mention Huppet, but it really is a valuable resource if you're not using Huppet already. So as a way to kind of bring everything together here today, I thought I'd actually go on the forums for Huppet and see if there weren't a few things that we could talk about today. So, as I try to find myself here in theater mode, let's get started. Alright, topic number 1. Topic, Black Ops shotguns are underpowered. Riot Control says, seriously, why would Treyarch bother putting useless weapons like these? Ever wonder why just about everyone has a low KD with these weapons? It's because they suck. Not only do you have to go through the ever-challenging task of getting all up in people's business, but you also have to endure these fudd-rucking hit markers. They're a bit too powerful to be a secondary, but why does the most badass weapon category have to suck so much? And ideas on how to balance them? Well, Riot Control, that's a great topic to discuss. First of all, I know you're not going to be listening to this, so I actually don't really know why I'm responding to you. But either way, it works out well because we both use Huppet. Now, on the topic of balancing the shotguns for Black Ops, if they're going to be nerfing the FAMAS, which they just announced today, and not adding additional fixes to the AK-74U, I'm not really sure we can look forward to anyone caring about any ideas that you or I, or anyone else for this matter, may have with shotguns. However, when it comes to getting hit marks with shotguns, I think there's only really 2 shotguns that you should be frustrated about getting hit markers on. The first is my personal favorite, the Olympia. Now the Olympia is a shotgun where it only allows 2 bullets at a time. When you're running around with a gun that only has 2 shells, that's not necessarily something that you want to see 2 hit markers with. The other shotgun I think is worthy of actually complaining about might be the Stakeout. And I correct myself by saying might be, because I've seen people beast with the Stakeout, and I'm not quite sure why. I've had a few good games where I'm getting some major distance with the Stakeout, but overall I tend to find myself usually missing or running away from this grenade here, or getting more fortunate when it comes to actually using the Olympia with sleight of hand. What kind of shotguns do you usually see people using? Have you played the game recently? Do you see the Spaz running around with the silencer? It's got the same range, same damage, except it's nearly invisible. You can't tell if people are using the shotgun or the assault rifle, although sometimes with the connection that I get it doesn't really matter because you're dropped in a single shot anyways. But in reality, if you haven't seen people running around with the Spaz and a silencer, I don't think you should be allowed to comment about how shotguns are underpowered. That gun is awesome. Use it if you think that shotguns are worthless.
Losing Bravo. Friendly spy plane inbound.
Next question. Topic. Anyone else hate the KDR stat in general? This is written by WC15. I can't stand when people brag about their KDR. I see it as a totally pointless stat. It supposedly shows how many kills you get per life, but anyone could play any way in order to go 30-1 in every match. What's the point? Well, I think the winner of this topic is a good friend of mine who I don't know, but he is a Huppet user, and it's my name is Roy, My name is Roy corrects WC15 and writes, it doesn't supposedly show how many kills you get per life. It shows how many kills you get per life. And that, my friends, is the ultimate fact correction. Now, personally, I don't hate the KDR. The reason I don't mind a kill-death ratio is because it shows me how hard I need to play and also helps me when I'm deciding whether or not to use the Olympia in the next pub match. My KD, personally, is okay. It's 2.2, which you will not end up seeing in this game. This game we were all about winning. However, I'm also very big on going for the wins. Here I go for the revenge kill, and I just get it handed to me. But seriously, the KD is a stat that's important because, one, it helps serious players recognize each other. I don't know how I died there either. But two, it also helps newer players kind of realize when they might be over their heads. I still don't understand sometimes how players that are new to the game will remain in a lobby forever and ever and just get owned the whole time. It doesn't make sense to me. But WC15, I also have to disagree with you on how people can pad their KD. I don't think people can continuously go 30-1. If you can go 30-1, I don't understand why you wouldn't mind having a high KD. It just doesn't make sense. The other thing is if you do happen to be one of those people who, if you're not doing very well, you back out, well, it's going to show real quick when you start playing with people like this team here today, where if you have a 4 or 5 KD, it's going to be a little tough to make it through games like this. So, overall, WC15, if you end up watching this for some weird, messed up reason, my advice is as follows. If someone has an excessively high KD and it's driving you nuts, what you need to do, oh, that guy got owned. What you need to do is check out their win-loss as well. That's actually the stat that shows up first. If there's a stat that you want to look at to compare whether you think someone's kill-death ratio is really legit or not, keep an eye on their win-loss because that will tell you what kind of player they are. If you're looking at someone who's over a 2.0 KD and also is looking at maybe over a 3 or 4 win-loss ratio, that's somebody you might want to look out for if you're not as skilled of a player.
SR-71 ready for launch. Losing B.
Well, it looks like we're rounding out time here. As you can see, we came back and won 201 to 139. The comeback train is back. Folks, thanks for watching episode 6. This is Power Romanesco powering down. Take care, folks.